Amidst the increasingly heated competition in MotoGP, a major player is now facing a storm of doubt. Francesco Bagnaia, the two-time world champion once hailed as the heir to the Ducati throne, is on the brink. While the Ducati factory team continues to struggle to improve its star's performance, a surprising rumor is circulating behind the scenes. Alex Márquez is reportedly ready to replace Bagnaia on the Ducati Lenovo team for the 2026 season. The rumor has gained strength following Bagnaia's poor performance in the 2025 French MotoGP series. If true, could Bagnaia's era at Ducati be coming to an end? Let's discuss it. With a starting position on the 6th grid, many have high hopes that Francesco Bagnaia will rise again at Le Mans, especially after his inconsistent performance in the last few series. Le Mans is considered a golden opportunity for the defending champion to prove himself again. However, instead of a comeback, the opposite happened. This weekend turned into one of the worst nightmares of his Ducati career. The sprint race, which should have boosted his confidence, ended sooner than expected. Pecco crashed on the way to turn 8, lost control of his bike, and was eliminated from the competition before he could finish half the race. His hopes were immediately crushed, and the pressure mounted ahead of the main race. Unfortunately, Sunday's race did not produce a miracle. Due to unpredictable weather, the track conditions were constantly changing, and Pecco seemed to have difficulty maintaining the rhythm and stability of his bike. He was never really part of the fight for first place and was more often seen struggling in the middle of the pack. When the checkered flag was waved, Bagnaia was in 16th place, far from expectations and, more painfully, without earning a single point. A combination of accidents, technical problems, poor strategic decisions, and mental pressure made the weekend at Le Mans one of the lowest points in Bagnaia's Ducati career. It was 2 days full of disappointment that will continue to haunt him, at least until he has another chance to redeem himself. Due to Francesco Bagnaia's declining performance in recent races, Ducati course general manager Gigi Dall'Igna finally intervened. Dubbed the architect of Desmercedes's glory, Dall'Igna is no longer just monitoring from behind the scenes. He is now providing technical direction to the engineers in the Ducati garage, showing the seriousness of the situation facing the factory team from Borgo Panigale. A weekend that started promisingly turned into a big disappointment, Dall'Igna said in a serious tone after the race at Le Mans. He emphasized that the entire team is now focused on solving the technical problems with the GP25 motorcycle, especially with regard to the front suspension and aerodynamics. These are two crucial sectors that Bagnaia has complained about since the Jerez series, and they continue to be a stumbling block. Despite the mounting criticism, Dall'Igna continues to defend the defending champion. The fault is not entirely Pecco's, he explained. The track conditions were very challenging, and our tire strategy decisions brought him to the lead before everything fell apart, he explained, trying to keep his Golden Boy's spirits up amid the pressure. However, time and results never lie. As Bagnaia sank deeper into the shadow of failure, another name began to steal the spotlight, Alex Márquez. His consistent and determined performance quietly began to attract the public's attention, and, more importantly, the attention of Ducati's top brass, who began to consider a new scenario for the future. Alex Márquez is no longer just Mark's little brother. He abandoned that nickname alongside the extraordinary performance he displayed in the 2025 MotoGP season. Riding a Gresini satellite team motorbike, he has become a formidable presence at the front, a rider who can disrupt predictions and alter the competitive landscape. He performed brilliantly in several crucial series, even topping the provisional standings twice, an almost unimaginable achievement a season or two ago. His performances at the Jerez and Catalunya circuits were an undeniable turning point. On both technical tracks, Alex demonstrated pure speed as well as the tactical intelligence, composure, and maturity rarely seen among non-factory riders. He knew when to attack, when to defend, and when to protect his tires, a skill that made him one of the most well-rounded riders this season. Analysts began calling him a complete package, technically strong, mentally tough, and psychologically mature. In an exclusive interview with Diario AS, Jimmy Martinez, the manager who also handles the careers of the two Marquez brothers, made a statement that sounded relaxed yet full of meaning. Getting to the Ducati factory team is still far away. But if the results continue like this, all doors will open. This statement may sound like a joke, but it is actually a serious message. Many interpreted it as meaning that Alex's chance to move up to the factory team is more than just a dream. Moreover, Martinez added with full confidence, Alex is a very fast diesel. He doesn't jump like Mark does, but we can now see the results of a long process. He is a strong candidate for world champion this year. With his performance continuing to improve and his consistency honed, Alex Márquez is proving one important thing. Diesel engines may be slow to warm up, but once they reach their optimum temperature, they are unstoppable. Now, the world is realizing that Márquez's younger brother is not just an accessory. He is a serious threat on the championship track. Rumors about the Marquez brothers joining the Ducati factory team are growing stronger, especially after Gigi Dall'Igna, general manager of Ducati Corse, praised Marc Márquez's performance at the Le Mans Grand Prix. Although Marc only finished second, Dall'Igna's praise went beyond mere appreciation. Dall'Igna said Marc performed with intelligence and extraordinary control, two qualities that have actually started to disappear from Francesco Bagnaia's performance this season. Marc doesn't take excessive risks, and he knows when to attack or defend. It was a very mature race, Dall'Igna said in an interview with Crash.net. This praise is clearly not only about the race results. Behind those diplomatic sentences is a strong message. Ducati is now reconsidering the qualities they seek in a lead rider. An intelligent, adaptive, low-risk racing approach is now in the spotlight. Interestingly, Marc and Alex Márquez have displayed this approach more consistently this season than the defending champion, Bagnaia. If Marc and Alex really unite under the red Ducati banner, it would be a historic first. It would not only be about two brothers sharing a garage in a legendary factory team, but also a major turning point in Ducati's philosophy and internal dynamics. The Marquez duo could bring new enthusiasm but also has the potential to trigger more intense internal friction and competition. Francesco Bagnaia's future at the factory Ducati team is now hanging in the balance as his contract is set to expire at the end of the 2025 season. Each remaining race is a final test for the two-time world champion. If he fails to recover from his inconsistent form and cannot perform as well as he did in previous seasons, Ducati may make a significant decision, perhaps even a radical one, to change the direction of their future project. Marc Márquez's return to peak performance with the Disastrous GP25 has shaken up Ducati's internal dynamics. Coupled with the surprising rise of his younger brother, Alex Márquez, the two now form an explosive duo on the track and a promising strategic partnership for the team. This puts great pressure on rivals such as Jorge Martin, Enea Bastianini, and rising star Pedro Acosta, and Ducati certainly realizes the extraordinary potential of this collaboration. On the other hand, Bagnaia is having an increasingly complicated season. It's not just about the pressure to win, it's also about proving himself amid high expectations and rumors in the paddock. Every mistake, no matter how small, could be sharply evaluated by Ducati management. The 2025 season will not only be about defending the title or winning, but also about surviving the storm and keeping the increasingly hot seat. MotoGP 2025 will present not only fierce duels on the track, but also heated internal drama behind the team garages. Amidst the roar of engines and the world spotlight, Ducati, the most dominant manufacturer of the past decade, is now faced with a decision that could alter the competitive landscape. Will they remain loyal to Francesco Bagnaia, the defending champion who appears to be losing confidence and stability? Share your thoughts in the comments below.